Good morning. This is Matt Bogart with Backyard Installers, and we're in day 2 of our panels that we're making right now. There are a couple things I wanted to get a little bit more clear on from the first video. Is that what we're attempting to do is we're building a set of door pods to place an 8-in. This is an actual enclosure. It's not just a panel and you're playing into the door. This is actual physically a ported enclosure is what I'm actually going to build for this for this driver. The reason for it is two reasons. Number one, I get better power handling through an enclosure. So we're going to be applying somewhere between 300 and 400 watts to each one of these 8-inch mid bases. The second one is going to be predictable response, okay, within a given range. There are always going to be variables such as the cabin, the materials inside the cabin, and etc. will obviously change the way the response will be, but I can get a basic I get a basic layout and graphical representation of what I expect it should do. This is very normal for whenever you're doing any kind of design, stuff like that. Now, with that said and stuff like that, the other point that I want to try to make with these videos and stuff like that will be is that I'm doing this with no special tools. These are standard off-the-shelf tools. We're talking a hand sander, a drill of some format, a router to cut holes, which I could do with a jigsaw, which could be done with making the countersink rings and stuff like that. Could all be done through a jigsaw. All of the work that I'm doing can be done by hand tools. It doesn't require you to have any really special tools. You have to have basic tools, but you don't have to have anything in huge special objects like badass freaking router tables and stuff like that. Now I've been there. I've done this and been there, been down that road. I've had my own stores and stuff. Done all this, the high-end custom work and stuff like that. But I'm trying to get people to want to try on their own in their own cars, because the only way that you're ever going to get great sound is is to try. If you don't try, you might as well stick a pair of headphones and listen to MP3s for the rest of your life, because that's the best you're going to get. You're not getting, you really are hurting yourself by listening to a stock stereo system, because you have no idea how bad it really is. Even if it's the $5,000 upgrades and the Martin Logans or whatever the heck that the people want to have now, that the Bose systems and all these things, they could sit there and talk all they want, but they're limited by a budget value, okay? And that is always going to be the crippling blow to any stereo system, is the total budget value. Well, one of the ways to help in terms of budget value is for you to do the work yourself. Hence the name Backyard Installers. It's the reason why I called the site Backyard Installers in the first place, was because it allows you to do this work yourself. You don't have to always rely on a custom installer and stuff to do all the work. Sometimes it's more important, but you can get a lot of help doing the work, and even if the custom installer wants to do it, he can still do it. And by watching these videos, they themselves can realize, holy shit, it doesn't require an enormous amount of work. It takes time, yes, I agree with that, and time is money. I totally grasp that point. But doing this is a joy in itself, just doing this. Because when you're done and you have the response works exactly the way you want it, you're like, damn, this is wonderful. I did this myself. So just understand that this is a project about doing. It's about understanding that you can do it, and that you can get around all these problems. Look at this. I built this whole thing is just put together. I basically took some urethane and stuff and seamed the two pieces together. There actually is a space in there, and I've already got that fixed. I put a spacer in there, and then I created it. This will actually fit right now as a one-piece unit. Now see, it's one unit instead of 3 individual components, right? All it's going to be now is I got a fiberglass over the top of this to create the effects that I need, and to move on, to then be able to cut out right here where the 8's going to be at, locate that position, and then I've got to create sidewalls going down to the back of the baffle, which we're going to be building today also. But again, this is about doing. I mean, look, my stand is a piece of cardboard, glued to another piece of cardboard so that I can get it on there. No special anything here. I mean, but you don't need special. That's the one thing I think that people are scared of is just flat out trying. I mean, I used to do this in my parents' backyard. This is 30 years ago. It was just simply in their backyard. I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, none of us did. I mean, no high-end installer knew exactly what was going on when we first started. We were just as green as you guys are sometimes, and just flat out just did it and screwed up, and then said, oh well, we can't do that, and stuff like that. So with these videos, I can help you in terms of the screwing up part. I can eliminate issues and errors and stuff like that. Don't do this, don't do that, and if you listen to it, then things will be okay for you. But like I said, in general, this is a video about building, about wanting to build, to have fun. This is important, the fun part aspect of it, because if you really want a high performance stereo system, if you want to go out there and just have a blast in music and stuff like that, whether you're bumping or whether you want pure musical quality and stuff like that, if you don't try, like I said, if you do not try, you will not get it. So anyway, like I said, I'll have another video coming soon where the glass work will be done. I have to go and put these two pieces together, or these three pieces together right now and stuff, and get all my components put back together on this one so it looks like this. And then we've got to work on the door. I've got to go, and like I told you before, I got to go in and cut out whole sections and stuff, but I'm not going to cut it out until I'm ready to do so. It's one of the big errors that people do is they cut out before they need to, and when they do that, all hell breaks loose, because you can't get it on the door right, or it doesn't fit correctly anymore. It twists and it bends. So I want the glass parts built first, and then I want them test fitted on this before I go and cut all this out. So anyway, I'll be back in a little bit.